ongoing thing.
Hello friends, and welcome to another class by Daily English Classroom. In today's class, we are going to continue with the lesson The Best Investment I Ever Made by J Cronin. Before we start today's class, if you haven't watched my first video, you can watch the first video where I have explained the first part of the story. And for those who are watching this video, I'm going to give you a quick recollection of what happened so far. So we have seen J Cronin, the narrator of the story, was traveling on a ship and he was coming back from the United States. And when he was there in the ship, he found a strange behavior from one of the persons in the ship. A man was closely following him, and J Cronin was really surprised why this man is following me like this, why he is always looking at him, spying on him, but is not ready to come near to him and talk to him. And anyway, the doctor, J Cronin, he did not go to him and talk to him because he was tired, and also he doesn't want to create any unnecessary or unwanted relations with any of the shipmates. So he just neglected him. And on the last day of the travel, the last day of the voyage, this man approached Dr. J Cronin, and this time he was also accompanied by his wife. And the doctor has inquired something about this man from the steward of the ship. And he learned that this man who is watching him or who is spying on him was actually Mr. John, who lives in London, and the lady with him is his wife, Mrs. John S. And why he was afraid to come and talk to the doctor? Because there is some mystery is there, and we will learn that in today's class. Paragraph number 4. Excuse me, doctor. I wonder if I might introduce myself. He spoke almost breathlessly, offering me the visiting card he held in his hand and studying my face to see if the name meant anything to me. Then, as it plainly did not, he went on with the same awkwardness. If you could spare a few minutes, my wife and I would like to have a word with you. And here the man, because of the insistence from the part of his wife, this man is really shy and afraid, and it was his wife who actually solved this problem, and she brought him near to the doctor. And when they started talking, he began his talk like this. Excuse me, doctor, if you have some time to spare with me, let's talk about something. And he began it in this way, and he gave him his visiting card. And when the doctor was reading the visiting card, he was looking at his face. He was looking at the expression on his face. Why is he looking at his face? Because he wants to know if the doctor can actually remember him, if the doctor can actually recognize him, because obviously, clearly, there is a connection between these two persons, that is this doctor and this man, middle-aged man. There is some kind of a connection or relation between these two persons. In this way, they started the conversation, and then the doctor remembered what happened 25 years ago. Let's read the 5th paragraph. A moment later, I was occupying the vacant chair beside them. Haltingly, he told me that this had been their first visit to America. It was not entirely a holiday trip, They had been making a tour of the New England states, inspecting many of the summer recreational camps for young people there. Afterwards, they had visited settlement houses in New York and other cities to study the methods employed in dealing with cases of backward, maladjusted, and delinquent youth. The man told the doctor that it was the first time they are going to the New England or United States. New England is another word for United States. And this is the first time they are going to the United States, and it was not a holiday trip. They went to the United States not for a tour program, but in fact they went there with a serious intention. That is to study about the recreation centers, about the places where people who are having some problems are treated. They went to New York and other cities to study about how the people who are having some problems to live in the society are given treatments. They went to see such recreational centers so that he can create something like this in London to help the young people. And what is his plan? His plan is to study about the different methods to deal with the maladjusted and delinquent people. Now, what's the meaning of maladjusted? Maladjusted means those people who cannot live in the society because of some psychological or other problems. The people who cannot adjust to live in the society as normal people. And these people, they need some special training and they need the support to live like good people. And delinquent youth, delinquent means those people who are having some criminal tendencies, and these people who are sent to jail and other things, they are giving special training in recreational centers. Recreational centers are places where such people are treated. They are given some good lessons, advices, and if needed some medicines as well, so that they become good citizens and they can live happily in the society. It's a place where such trainings are given to people. And so this man, Mr. John, and his wife had gone to the United States to study about the different techniques and methods used to help such people who are having some problems to live a normal life in the society. These people, they need the help of a psychiatrist. Sometimes they need some medicines if they have any type of bad habits, or if they use drugs and other things, they need medical treatment as well. So he went there to learn about how such people, how they can be brought back into a new life, and how to change their life, and how to make them good people, good citizens. He went there to study about all these things. And from the conversation between this man and the doctor, we get an idea about what type of a man is Mr. John. He is a social worker. Let's go to the next paragraph. There was in his voice and manner, indeed in his whole personality, a genuine enthusiasm that was disarming. I found myself liking him instinctively. Questioning him further, I learned that he and his wife had been active for the past 15 years in the field of youth welfare. He was by profession a solicitor, but in addition to his practice at the courts, found time to act as director of a charitable organization devoted to the care of boys and girls mostly from city slums, who had fallen under the ban of the law. When they started talking about all these things, J Cronin, he was very happy to meet such a person because he is a social worker and he fell in love with this man because he is a social worker who is helping other people to come back to live, to come back and live like normal people. He is a social worker. Not only this person, his family, his wife, both of them were there in this field for the last 15 years. For the last 15 years, the husband and wife or this couple was doing a great service to the humanity. They are doing a great service to the society by doing the social work for the people. And his profession or his work was that of a solicitor. Solicitor is another word for a lawyer. He is a lawyer, his profession is lawyer, but in addition to that profession, he is also running some charitable institutions, and he was the director of a charitable institution who is taking care of the people. Mostly the people living in the slums. Slums are thickly populated areas where the poor people live. And he helps such people, especially the boys and girls who are living in poor conditions in the slum areas of the city, and taking them and helping them to come back to the real life and to live as happy people. So he's a man who is doing a great service to the society, and so J Cronin, he fell in love with this man very fast. Paragraph number 7. As he spoke with real feeling, I got a vivid picture of the work these two people were doing. I learned how they took derelict adolescents from the juvenile courts and placing them in a healthy environment, healed them in mind and body, and sent them back into the world. They were given training in a useful handicraft which made them fit to take their place as worthy members of the community. It was a work of redemption that stirred the heart, and I asked what had directed his life into this channel. As they continued their conversation, the author or the narrator, J Cronin, he got a good idea about the work of this man. This man is a social worker and he is running a charitable institution and helping the people, especially the youngsters who are in the juvenile court. Now, what's a juvenile court? Juvenile court is a court where people under the age of 18 or 20 who commit some crimes are sent to this juvenile court, and he is helping such people, youngsters, the boys and girls who are staying in the juvenile court, and healing their mind and body. These people, because of some because of some misfortunes or because of some other falling into some bad company, these people are committing this type of crimes. So they have some problems both physically and also mentally. So they need some kind of a healing in their body and also their mind. So he gives them some counseling and also support them by teaching them a work, a kind of job, like doing some kind of handicraft works. So giving them a fresh life, a new life, and changing them into good citizens is the work that he is doing. And he is doing social work in the field of youth welfare. And the narrator says that he is doing a kind of redemption. Redemption means an escape from the evil. And he is doing the work of God, helping someone from the evil. And So this is a kind of redemption that he is doing, and he really loved this person because of the work that he is doing, and he asks him a question, and the question is this: what inspired you to come to this field? Why you come to this field of social work? There must be some reason, some inspiration that you got for coming to this field. What is that? He asked. Let's go to paragraph number 8. The question had a strange effect upon him. He took a sharp breath and exclaimed, "You still do not remember me?" I shook my head. No. To the best of my belief, I had never in my life seen him before. I have wanted to get in touch with you for many years, he went on, under increasing stress, but I was never able to bring myself to do so. Then, bending near, he spoke a few words tensely in my ear, and that slowly the veils parted. My thoughts sped back a quarter of a century, and with a start, I remembered the sole occasion when I had seen this man before. He asked one question. Remember what he asked? What made you come to this channel? This channel means this field, that is the field of social work. There must be some interesting reason why you come to this field. And this question, when he asked this question, Mr. John, it had an effect on him, because now he is sure that the doctor has no idea about who he is. And the doctor, he asked the doctor once again, even now, can't you remember me? Even now, can you remember me? Can't you remember me? And the doctor, he tried to remember, but he is sure that he does not remember such a person. It is not there in his memory. And then he continued something. He whispered in his ear and he said, after that incident, I tried many times to contact you. I wanted to say thanks to you for doing that, but I was afraid. I was shy. A kind of feeling was there in my mind that I feel sad and I feel shameful to approach you because of the foolish thing that I have done. And this is something that connects this man and the doctor, and that incident happened a quarter of a century, 1/4 of a century, that means 25 years. And the incident that this man is talking about happened 25 years ago. And we'll see what happened 25 years ago in the next class. So that's all for today, and thanks for watching. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to the channel so that you will get daily classes. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.